What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. This is gonna be a little bit different one, not really gym related. If y'all saw on my notes the other day, I would be posting this video, and I was kind of like scrolling through my old videos the other day, and I realized I never really made a video about necessarily like who I am, I guess, in a sense. So this is gonna be kind of like a biography. It's gonna be primarily, all right, we'll just cut to it. Primarily, this is my testimony, for actually how I came to know Christ. For those that do know me, you know that ever since I've graduated high school, I've always worn this cross. It's the first thing it's the only thing that my parents gave me when I graduated. This is by far one of my most prized possessions. And then again, if those of you don't know, like I understand, like, oh, you can wear a cross, not be a Christian. I've been following Christ since 2018. Like I really, that was the year that I got saved. And essentially, what this video is this gonna be kind of walking through how I came to know Christ. And I'm also a youth group leader at the church that I go to. So when I was a student at the church, I actually did I say like a sermon. It was like a sermon night with our head pastor at our church, Pastor Wayne. And I had the privilege to share my testimony and how I came to know Christ with all the students. So a little bit of background, I guess. For those of you who don't know, I'm not originally from here, if you know where I live, because I don't want to put that on the internet. I'm originally from a small town in Missouri called Farmington. It's about 2 hours south of St. Louis. And pretty much all around me is nothing. We had corn and we had cows. That's the name Farmington. That was all we had. I was born and raised there up until I moved to Florida when I was 14. And got baby dedicated, all that stuff, which is not the same as baptism. Let me make that clear. And then when I was like 7 or 8, I believe, it was when I was in elementary school, I said that I wanted to get baptized. But when you're that young, you don't really fully know what you're doing. And I had come to that realization, which then again, you don't have to be saved. You don't get saved by being baptized. That's just a public, I guess, PSA of you expressing your faith. And so I did that, but I really didn't understand the weight of that scenario. Anyways, fast forward a little bit, way past that, about 12 or 13, and this is just an unfortunate thing that a lot of men do deal with, and to this day, I wish I had never found out what it was. Even as an adult, I wish I had no clue. I was introduced to pornography, unfortunately, and that really that would impact the next 2 to 3 years of my life really hard. And anyways, so introduced to that, develop an addiction, and it's pretty much all downhill from there. And at the time, my dad had a construction company, which was called Dreamcatcher Construction, and things weren't going too hot. Business was falling out, and we got a bid for a job to paint a deck. And so those of you who know my mother, she's a very artsy individual. She gets that from her grandmother. And me and her had repainted dozens of bathrooms and exteriors all the time. That was just something that me and my mom we were good at. And I thought at the time that she was taking this job to help out my dad. And about about a month or two before this, my mother caught me, unfortunately, and that really it's one thing for it definitely would have been something if, say, like another guy had done it, but the one person that um excuse me, that I never wanted to disrespect in my life was my mom. And me and her never even really got along a lot throughout my childhood. But I still never wanted to disrespect her and I guess put that kind of, I guess, shame or I don't even know what to call it, disappointment, honestly, on her. And so anyways, we spent 3 months painting this full size pool deck. I think it was like a 30 by 40 foot pool deck with you had to paint under it, you had to paint on it, had stairs. You couldn't get on the freaking rocks. You couldn't get on the concrete stairs that was on the side of the house. And then we also had to paint their porch that was completely separated from the pool deck. But anyways, and so throughout that entire summer, my mom essentially, I didn't find this out until, shoot, I think it was, I didn't find this out until I was a sophomore in high school, and I would have been a 7th grader whenever all this happened. So 3 years after the fact, when I thought my mom took this job to help my dad, it was to essentially work with me and help me. And and if you've never done that before, there's a real shame and guilt that you feel, and you feel unlovable, and that is the closest thing that I can even describe it to. And you don't feel worthy of love at all from anybody, much less your mother of all people. And throughout that summer, my mom still chose me and wanted to help me and just take care of me, essentially. And I came to know Christ that summer. I learned a lot that summer about Jesus and the Gospels and everything, and my mom learned about Drake and 2 Chainz and Lil Wayne. Um, uh, um, that was probably the hardest summer of my life. Honestly, the hardest time period of my life that I ever go through, but it is probably one of the best things that's ever happened to me. But if you're watching this and you don't know me or anything of that sort, and I'm just a guy talking on the street to you, and you don't have any faith or whatever, and you're just kind of wondering what's going on, if anybody actually cares, Jesus loves you. He does. He chooses you. He leaves the 99 for the one. And no matter how far gone you might be, even if it can be something completely different than what I walked through. The moment you start, you could be hundreds of miles away. The moment you take that first step back towards God, He will run that distance to meet you where you're at. Okay? But yeah, man. So, anyways, some people get guardian angels. I got my mom. And though for those of you that do know me and see the way I interact with my mother, you know that we're both very hard-headed, but we're by far the closest people in our family together. And outside of her and my dad. And actually, I just got this done a couple days ago. But I don't know if y'all can see it very well. That's a cross with a paintbrush on it. And I've wanted that tattoo since I was 16. And we just got it a couple days ago, finally. And that was my Christmas present this year. And yeah, man. Definitely one of the most impactful people in my life. And hey, man, all I gotta say is Jesus loves you, man. Don't know what you're walking through. Don't know what you've been through. But I've seen the way He can move in my life, and He can do the same for you. No matter how far gone you've been. Okay? But yeah, so that's the extent of this video, man. Hope you guys I don't know if there was much to enjoy out of this, but that's just kind of like my story of how I came to know God. For those of you who don't know, I'm a very open Christian. That's who I am, and I understand if you know me on a personal level. I do have a mouth, but and it's something that I've really tried to work on over the years, and it's gotten better over time. But yeah, man. So life's good, even when you got bumps in the road. But anyways, if you're on this channel and you're looking for some, I guess, gym news, we will be starting prep in February of 25 for a show in June, and then we will have another show in August in our local area, if you know where I live. And I will be vlogging the entire prep process, and my New Year's resolution is to be really more adamant about my YouTube. Because I know you guys enjoy the videos. I enjoy making them. But yeah, so this has just been a crazy year, and I just want to put it out there, man. That's how I came to the faith. So love you guys. Like the video, please leave a sub, eat your meals, drink your water, take your vitamins, and I will see you guys in the next video.